Hey guys, it's Mick here, and finally we're at this point where we're about to add on all our little bits and pieces for the Basco Cyclone. So what we've got here today, we're actually in Yamba Yamaha's workshop doing this video, and look, we've got some of the stuff here. We're going to do this in a two-part series. So the first part, we're just going to talk about what we've got here now with the motor and the other bits that run the motor, all the electricals, but all the Garmin stuff and the finalisation and the finishing of all the wiring and that, we'll put into another video that's after this one. So why Yamaha? Well, eventually went back to when I was 20. My first new motor was a Yamaha 40 horsepower, 2-stroke, 3-cylinder. Loved it, tortured it, went off sanding, beach launched it around brooms and just bashed it around the place. And that thing copped a flogging. And look, the reliability in these motors are just second to none. I've had a lot of mates that have had these sorts of motors over the years, and look, they all speak very highly of the Yamaha product. I guess the reason why I've gone the 130 is I've tried to maybe just get a little bit more horsepower out of it. Now, some of you might be aware that the Basco boats are only rated to a 115, but Mick at Basco's helped me out there, and he's happy to warrant his work with the 130 on it. So thanks to Mick for doing that. So yeah, just looking for that bit more top end speed, and obviously the little bit of the reliability with the Yamaha. Look, the best thing about it, it's a 1832cc with a double overhand cam and basically 4-line cylinder. So 130 Yemi versus the 115 VMAX or SHO. Well, tough decision really. Look, the torque rating is going to be obviously different with that, but once again, just chasing that top end speed. I'll be frank, I'm probably only going to get a couple more horsepower out of it than the 115, but yeah, just decided to go this way and a little bit more as a multi-spec boat versus a boat that has to be in a tournament, you know, here, there. But look, I honestly think that, you know, the couple of horsepower and also some of the accessories that we've got in the background here are going to hopefully drive that home. Okay, so with the Dedic, we've gone the Dedic jacking plate. It's a 4-inch hydraulic, obviously. Look, Mick from Basco's done a fair bit of these. He's already pre-drilled the holes for this to go into, and obviously we've got the unit there with the wiring harness. 6 levels, so I think it's 6 inches of level. So what that essentially is going to do for me is obviously work on maxing out the top speed where I can, but also getting around in the shallows without having to put the motor on a bit of an angle, sort of trying to get through some shallow areas. As I think most people are now, they're sort of targeting, you know, big flathead in, you know, a lot of the sandbanks and things like that. So the other thing that it does do is that I've been in situations where I've had to go around sandbanks or around islands and a sandbank to get to a point. If the level's right, I think I should be able to just motor on through with the motor right up. All right, so look, away from the jacking plate, we'll just talk about some of the other things that have gone with Yamaha. And I've gone for the actual helm, the 704 remote control. I've gone that way mainly because we can't really side mount a controller on this boat, and so we've really left to actually putting it on the actual console. So I've marked out on the console where I'm sort of putting a few things, but essentially that's where the 704 controller unit's going to sit. All right, just some little things there. You can see here I've sort of got some blue tape there. That's where the light's going to go. Look, Mick from Basco supplied some lighting for me to put on the console. I sort of would like it back on the sides here, just as a bit more of a safety thing more than anything. So the boys have just supplied me some little Nav Lights there that will just sit on there quite nicely, and they're not too big, they're not too bulky, and they're going to do the job. Obviously with the Dedic C-Star jacking plate, I've also gone the Dedic hydraulic steering as well. Look, they're pretty standard unit. I think everyone's been used to using them or seeing them over the last 20 odd years in that respect. So I'm not really going to talk too much more about that. I think everyone knows how that one works. And I've just also gone with a littler steering wheel with obviously the space that I've got up on the console there, running some gear sounders, some switches that obviously the switches, we'll talk about that in the second part. But one thing that the boys suggested at Yamba Yamaha is that if you get sort of one that's like a 2-prong or 3-prong, and if it's not quite centre, if you've got ACD like me, that's probably going to do your head in. So something like that with multiple spokes on it, a little bit of rubber grip, and also with this boat too, I tend to probably stand up a little bit if I'm going outside or in rougher conditions. So yeah, I've just gone the little the side knob as well. So what we've got also here, we've got the BLA 24 volt lithium 100 amp hour. Look, these things have been around for a while now. I believe that they've proved themselves to be quite a useful battery. Look, it's got the built-in battery management system, which you can basically just get the app for and basically get all the data off your phone just from the battery management system in that unit. I haven't got it here at the moment, but we're also getting a house battery to run the electronics. But obviously that's just going to be a 12 volt. This guy is for the electric motor. All right, guys, so look, all this stuff here that's come into here, other than the Basco boat, of course, it's something that you can get from Yamba Yamaha. They stock the BLA stuff, the Dedic, all that stuff comes through from BLA. Obviously, Yamaha motor, Yamaha motors, and look, you know, these things just keep getting bigger, up to 450. You know, you can find any motor that you need, 450 down to, you know, your 4 horsepowers. These guys will be able to get it in for you. All right, guys, look, thanks for watching. Really been excited about the last few weeks with everything turning up. Shout out to everyone that's been supporting me through my socials, even on that podcast crazy channel that we do on Spotify. Thanks for the messages of can't wait to see it, the encouragement. I felt like I had to do these videos. I've had a lot of people asking, you know, what's happening, where we're going with this. So I just had to come out and answer it. The guys here at Yamba Yamaha have obviously catered for me in a massive way, and look, just a massive shout out to them guys for supporting me through this journey. Robbie and the team have been nothing but excellent to deal with, and look, obviously we'll go into a bit more in part 2 of this video, and then after part 2 we'll hopefully get the final overview with everything installed, and then we're going to hit the water. All right, guys, thanks for that. Like and subscribe, Liquid Existence. The videos are going to keep coming from here, and hopefully see you soon on the water. Cheers.